Hello, welcome to Little Tinted World. Today I have a book review for you of The Austen Girls, the story of Jane and Cassandra Austen, the closest sisters, by Helen Amy. Now, I was really kindly approached by Emily Pudding to ask me if I would like a review copy of this book, and of course I said yes. I said yes for two reasons. One, I've read a book by Helen Amy before and I really enjoyed it. That was also on Jane Austen. And two, I love Jane Austen, as you know. Ooh, a couple of her books are my favourite books of all time, Pride and Prejudice and Northanger Abbey being like my top favourite. But any book on Jane Austen, I'm all over like a rash. So this book is kind of like a biography. So we start with their births, we start with their childhood, go through to their education, their adulthood, of course talk about Jane's books, and then we go all the way through to the death of, first of all, Jane and then Cassandra. Now, as I said, it's a bit like a biography, but it's done really, really well. There's two things in particular that I really enjoyed about this book. The first of all was the writing style. Now, I own the letters of Jane Austen, and I've owned it for a couple of years, but I've never read it because I always think it's going to be quite heavy, and I want to learn about the life of Jane Austen from the primary source text, but without that heaviness, and that's what this book is. So a lot of the primary source evidence used are the letters between like Jane and Cassandra, etc, etc. And I really enjoyed that. There's no heaviness in this book. It's almost like you're reading one of Jane Austen's books, but Jane Austen and Cassandra are the heroines of the book. I really enjoyed that. And the other thing that I really enjoyed was how it was kind of set out. So if you can see the contents pages, it was done in like dates, and then next to it is like where said dates happened. So chapter 1 is 1773 to 1775 in Steventon, and then we go to different places. So we go to like Oxford, Southampton, we go to Bath, of course, we go to Chawton. And what was lovely about this was I have been to a couple of those places. So I have been to Bath, and I went to the museum in Bath, and that was lovely. And I've also been to Chawton, the Jane Austen House Museum there, and I did a video there actually, and I really enjoyed it. And when I was reading this, I couldn't help but kind of visualise them there, and it was lovely. It was really, really nice, so I'm really glad that they added that in. Of course, this is a non-fiction book, and we are gifted with lots of lovely images throughout the books, which is lovely to see, and it's just a lovely, lovely read. Yes, it is a non-fiction book, but it's not a heavy non-fiction book like a lot of them can be, and it was just an absolute joy to read. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. So I hope you've enjoyed this little review. If you want to get your hands on a copy of The Austen Girls, I will leave it linked in the description bar below. So that's it for this review. Chat to me all things bookish in the comment section down below, and I shall see you soon for the next video. Bye for now!